Hey guys, you are welcome back to my channel. My name is Thydee. Today I am super excited to introduce this stunning design to you. Check up. Yeah, this is actually a beautiful design featuring a white delicate organza on a classy black bottom. Okay, the upper part is organza and the down part is probably crepe or whatever type of fabric you want to mix or combine with it. It's totally up to you. Believe me, this dress is perfect for any special occasion, right? So in this video, I'll be explaining the process step by step using a pattern that is not my exact size, but believe me, the technique applies to all sizes, right? So grab your seats and let's get started. Now, if I'm making for myself, I would not allow the neck to be as deep as it is. So if you want that, beautiful, you can go ahead and do it. Now, I got this online and I couldn't get a picture of the back. So I just want to assume that the back is also the same as the front. This is my pattern. This is the front. And this is the back. So what I want to show you in this video is just the upper part. So I don't need the rest of what I have here. I don't need it. I'll work on the front first. There's a yoke there, okay? The yoke part of it is the white, the one with the white fabric, and of course the down part is separate as well. So the joining, which happens to be the separation between the upper part and the lower part, okay? You have to determine that, right? So like I said, if I'm making this for myself, I will not make the neck to be as deep, right? So before I determine the neck depth, I am going to come to the neck point here and move away by ½ inch. Now in this picture, you cannot move away too much. The highest you can do is to move away from the shoulder point from here by 3/4. And the reason is because the depth of the neck is deep. So, and you wouldn't want the fabric to be dropping down your shoulder. You wouldn't want such a thing, right? So I would advise you don't go in too much into the shoulder so that it can really grab, the fabric can grab the shoulder well and it will not be falling off. Do you understand? So that's why you must not take too much allowance here. You must not take too much here, because you already know that the depth of the neck is already high. I hope you understand. So I'll just come here and go in by either ½ inch or at most 3/4. So from here down, you can go as low as this actually depends on how deep you want the neck to be. This is totally on you. You need to determine that. So you can do 5 inches. Okay, you can do 4 inches, right? You can even do 6 inches. So this actually depends on what you want. So after you have determined the depth of your neck, okay, don't forget that the depth of your neck also comprises the neckline here. You took away few inches from the beginning of the pattern, that gave you this neck, right? So don't forget. So if you are taking like 7 inches, okay, know that the 7 inches you calculate it from here. So you already know how much you have taken, as your neck depth here, okay? So calculate it or add it to the ones you take here. So that's the amount, the total amount you would have taken, okay, as your neck depth. I'll just pick a point from here. Let's assume this is the point I want. Then from here by ½ inch. So I'll just use my curve and make a neckline there. Okay. It's either you make it a complete V with a straight line, or you make it a little curvy. So the idea is, if the neck is deep, then the neck width shouldn't be too too high. You know, the neck width should not be too high, okay, so that you can have this grip, normal firmness on your neck. You need to also determine where you want the yoke to be, the yoke line, the yoke seam line to be. So let's assume from here you come down maybe by 5.5 or by 6 or by 6.5, as the case may be. Okay, so this is it, right? So you just trace it like that from here. Okay, you trace it. So from here to here now is going to be the white line, the white fabric. Then from here down is going to be the black, right? So, and you can see that from here you are going to connect it to the underarm seam. Now my advice here, okay, on the underarm seam is that you come down by 1/2 inch. Okay, from here you come down by 1/2 inch, right? So then you connect like this. You can make it curvy this way, just slightly curvy, and you can make it as a straight line as well. You can connect this way and just make it as a straight line. Like I said, you will come down by 1/2 inch, right? And after coming down by 1/2 inch, you will connect, just blend it like that with the rest of the armhole before you connect this. So you already know that this place is not part of it. Okay, so this is this is it. And mind you, don't forget that whatever you do on the bodice, you must also do on the sleeve. Okay, so this is the underarm seam, and you have come down by 1/2 inch. This is the underarm seam for the sleeve. You come down by 1/2 inch. So this is the sleeve pattern. And mind you, this my sleeve pattern is not the appropriate one for this size. This is bigger. It's bigger than this, the armhole size, by probably 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so but for illustration purpose, I'll be using it. Okay, know that this side, like I said, you have to trim it out. This is going to be for the organza. This is going to be for the black fabric. When you come to the back, you will do the same thing. So the back may not be as deep as the front, but it will have the same cut. Like for example, if from here to here is 5 inches, you may not make the back to be that deep, right? You can just bring it down by 3.5. But it doesn't matter if you want it deep as well, you can do it. So, and you go in by 1/2. Whatever you took here, okay? Maybe if it is 1/2 inch, you decided to take here, you will do the same thing here. You take it here as well, from here, okay? You take it. Then you drop this by 1/2 inch, the underarm seam, then you blend it. Then you trim it out. Can you see? So from here you come down, and you can make it the same if you want. You may prefer to have a lower back, okay? So it's your choice. So you come, you make it, and in this case for the back, you make it straight instead of making it slightly curvy. You make it straight. So then this shoulder dart, you eliminate it by measuring it out here and blending the armhole curve and trimming out. So if you have a pattern, a back pattern that does not have shoulder dart, then you can ignore this. Okay, so when you are cutting, make sure you fold the seam allowance in before you cut. And for the yoke, so after making it, maybe you prefer a longer back, so you can make it this way. Okay, then you connect it this way. Then after you have done this, then you pick your pattern. Okay, so you may decide to use one side instead of using these two sides. So you place it this way, and you place it on another paper. You trace it depending on the length that you want. And even if you don't have a sleeve pattern, you may just eyeball and place it on. Let me just bring a paper. Then you trace it. Let's assume the length is here. Okay, then you trace it here as well. Let's assume the length is here. Okay, then you remove it. Let me just trace it with my tracing wheel, so I will show you what I want you to do. Then don't forget that this is part of it. Okay, then here you trace. This is the connection. Can you see? From here to here is part. Okay, so while this side will be removed completely, let me just fold it. Let me assume that I've removed it by folding. Can you see? So here now I'm going to remove this. Okay, after removing this, I will now tape it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the reason why I don't want to remove this is because I may still use this pattern for another tutorial, right? That's why I don't want to completely destroy it, and that's why I decided to trace it with my tracing wheel. Okay, but know that after tracing with your test, you need to, if not, because if I'm making this for myself or for someone, I will completely remove this, because now it is a cut together with the sleeve. So the whole of this part will be being joined to the sleeve to make it one. So this part is going off. So now I will just go by my lines. Your sleeve pattern must be the sleeve that you want to use. Okay, so going by the sleeve, you know that the sleeve pattern is about 3/4. Usually you make it narrow at this end. You know, normal way of drafting a sleeve, a proper sleeve. Please don't just ignore this side, because the paper is supposed to get here. It's supposed to, as it's going like this, it's going up, then come down. Okay, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So once you have achieved this, then you do for the front as well. You get it. Then the next thing for you is to cut out. Don't forget, I will label it. This is the shoulder, the center of the sleeve, center of sleeve. Okay, hemline of sleeve. Okay, this is the neck area, the V-neck, and this is the yoke line. The reason why I'm doing this, so that you will understand. You know, it's a video, so that you will understand. Okay, you will have to draft a very good sleeve pattern for this. Okay, so this is just for tutorial purpose, because if you make use of this sleeve that I use is a straight sleeve, no shape, because I remember that I used elastic thread to gather this part, except you want to do the same for this design as well. But if you want to use the normal sleeve that will be, you know, firm and smart on you, then you need to draft a good a good sleeve, right? So this is what I have. So this is the shoulder / center of sleeve. So we're not going to touch this side. So the next thing for me now is to draw my slash lines. So I will just measure from here. I can measure like 2 inches away from this neckline. Okay, then my slash line can start from there. Okay, you draw your slash lines. Now when you are opening it up, okay, please let this be stable. This is, you are going to stabilize. This is not moving anywhere. It's going to be where it is, right? So you are not doing this, so just leave it like this. So get a paper, place it on a paper, on another color of paper, maybe brown, blue, or whatever. Then tape this neckline, this part, tape it down, and continue to spread this. So you can spread it like maybe 1.5 inches apart, 1.5 inches, okay, or 2 inches, like that. You spread on another paper, okay. By the time you finish that, then you tape it down. So when you, after taping it down, then you now begin to fold, okay. You fold. So then don't add seam allowance on top. And the reason why I'm saying that is for it to be firm, because now that you have added allowances in between, there's a tendency that it will be loose. So instead of adding seam allowance to the shoulder line, this side don't add. So you are going to do exactly the same thing for the front. So this is going to be the joining line. Join it without seam allowance. That's my opinion. Then here you can add seam allowance to it. Okay, you can add seam allowance to it to join to this part. But for this, I don't think it needs to it needs seam allowance, so that it will be firm on the shoulder. Okay, but you know, it's a tutorial. If you are making yours, you can just get an inexpensive fabric. I mean, fabric that is not, you know, that is cheap. Then you try it and you see the outcome. Okay, so if you feel, oh, seam allowance is not bad, it can still work fine. But for me, if I'm making it, I would rather not add seam allowance, because I want that part to be firm, right? Because you are going to be, of course, once you cut it on fabric, you are going to fold. You can see the fold on it. You are going to fold it, just split, or is it folding now? For example, maybe you have taped this down, so, and this is your fabric, so you just pick it like this and fold on top of the other. You fold this way, like that. That's what you will keep doing, you know. So it's a very simple design actually. So you can try that, and if there's any question, then let me know in the comment section. So after pleating it, ensure that it goes back to the original length of the sleeve, okay, before you added your slash lines and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be the original, it's just that you added volume to it, okay. So this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.